Okay, guys, real quick. I know this video is pretty long, but if you stay to the end, thank you. That really means a lot. And we're gonna try to cut it down, or actually maybe make a new channel so it won't be as long, and then we start doing live hangouts. So hopefully you guys enjoy. And if you do, you know what you gotta do. And I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Hey guys, welcome back to Lyrical Debate episode 1. And today I'll be bringing a special guest on, Lyrical Desire. she, you can't see her right now, but she's making fun of me. But it's okay, it's cool. But before I go ahead and get started into this commentary or this debate, I want to go ahead and give you guys a warning to say I'm sorry if you hear the train in the background. I can't help it. But if you guys may be a little sensitive to this subject or whatever, maybe you've done this or maybe someone in your family has experienced this, then I will, by all means, you can go ahead and click off the video right now because we might get into grave details and we might hurt a couple people's feelings throughout the thing. Why are you up here on the top of my screen? But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and I'm gonna let LyriqalDesire say a couple words before we get started into this debate. Go ahead.
Hey guys, what's up? It's LyriqalDesire. I mean, you guys have heard me before, and yes, it's been about 2 weeks since I put out another video. So yeah, me and the Persuasion, her old YouTube name used to be Disaster. Oh shoot. Yeah, but Disaster, now known as Persuasion, we've been wanting to start up this whole lyrical debate thing. So hope you guys enjoy the first episode. It should get pretty heated. I'm not too sure because we might feel the same way on this topic. We might not have different views, but we'll see.
All right, so the topic that I want to go ahead and discuss, and we got two different topics, but the one that I want to go ahead and discuss first is going to be video games and violence. Now, most of you guys may know that you may have seen on the news where every time there's like a shooting or something involved, people always look to the video games, and that's not the case. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this Desire go ahead and start it off, and then I'll go ahead and come after her. So go ahead.
Actually, no, Persuasion. I kind of want to go first right there because, yeah, you just told me the topic, but I don't feel like you explained it good enough for me or how you kind of want this little debate to go. So,
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start it off. Okay, so in the news, people are saying that video games, violent video games at least, cause the violence that goes around in America. And to me, I highly say that is not the case. What the thing is the parents. Now, they put the rating on the game for a reason. They say 17 or older, and you have to have a parent present with you if you're not 17 and you want to buy a violent video game. But they put rated M for mature on the game for a reason. And so if the parents take it upon themselves, and I see you right now, Desire, and so if the parents take it upon themselves and buy their child that are probably nothing but 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, this video game and say, hey, go play this because they don't want to take care of them. And then when they go to school and they bring a gun and start killing people, then they want to look to the fault of, oh, it's the video game's fault. No, it's not. It's the parents' fault because they didn't want to sit down, take the time out to say, okay, if you shoot people in a video game, that stays in the video game. You don't take that out into the real world because you may not get consequences in the video game. You may not get punished for shooting other people, but when you go out there in the real world, there are consequences. You can probably get put in jail until you're about 18 years old, and then after that, the judge can decide whether or not you will be sentenced to death by lethal injection. They used to do it by the electric chair, but they don't really do that as much now. They just do it by straight lethal injection. So I feel as though it's not the video game developer's fault. It's the parents' fault for buying the game for the children. And sometimes it's not the parents who are buying the games, but the kids will sit there and they'll ask an adult who's 18 or older or 17 or older to go buy the video game for them and say, just go ahead and act like you're my dad or go ahead and act like you're my mom, and they go ahead and buy it for them. So the same thing goes. It's not, like I said, it's not the video game developer's fault. I see it all the time, little kids over here raging on games and stuff, and then whenever time a shooting comes around, like I said, they always want to jump to the video games and saying that it's the video game developer's fault because of all this violence going on in America or any other country, and I highly disagree with that. So how do you feel about that, Desire?
all right. So, yeah, I was sitting here listening to you the whole entire time. I wanted to make sure like I was getting a good grip on what you were saying. So basically, what I got from that is you're not really blaming the video games, but in a way you are because you're saying because the parents bought the video games for their child and let them play that, this is what happened. So you're saying video games or violent video games encourage this because the parents weren't there to kind of like put a control, put a leash, teach them right from wrong or something like that. So yeah, you are blaming video games. And I want to say that video games are not the reason. As a child, you named an age group. I can't remember the age group, but it was like between 10 and 12-year-olds, somewhere around there.
Yes, I did say about 10 to 12 years old. Basically, kids that are okay. Okay, go ahead. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right.
Okay.
Said kids that are between the ages of 10 and 12. 10 and 12-year-olds can think. They're not stupid. They have a mental process. They know what death is. You mean you can't sit there and say kids don't know what death is because
I said that they didn't know what death was.
Well, okay, so yeah, they know exactly what they're doing. They know when they pull that trigger, if they do kill a person, aim it at a person and pull the trigger, they know exactly what's going to happen. They saw what happens on the video game. They saw somebody die. And yes, they saw them, we'll say, respawn, come back to life. And when they die, they can restart back over. But if they're a child who has experienced death in their life and went to a funeral, yes, they know that when you die, you die. Even if they haven't been to a funeral, they know when you die, you die. Parents talk to children about this like all the time. So the kids that do sit there and pull the trigger on somebody, like I said, they know exactly what they're doing. They obviously want them to die. The shootings that you see in the news right now are the kids that are in that elementary school group, like you said, the 10-year-olds and stuff like that. You know, I know you know the one where that 10-year-old had shot this his father's girlfriend's pregnant girlfriend because, you know, he didn't want nobody else coming there. He didn't want his dad loving somebody else, so I guess he felt jealous or whatever. He knew exactly what he was doing. The father, I think, wanted to protect his child by saying, you know, he didn't know. I left the gun out, blah blah blah. But yeah, your kid knew exactly what he was doing. Just like these 20-year-olds that are going around killing people and getting on the news, they know exactly what they're doing. That's why they committed suicide. And also, it's not the fact that when you do kill somebody, you automatically get the death sentence. The death penalty. I don't know exactly how giving the death penalty works because I see so many different cases where the death penalty is given and then some that aren't. When I'm like, yo, this person should have got the death penalty for real versus this other person. But yeah, I just want to say that I did not agree with you for real. Video games are not the cause. If people want to commit a violent act, they will commit a violent act. It's like when you're born, your body automatically knows who you're going to be as a person. As you grow up as a child, the way you're brought up, people say it influences you on what you're going to do. But it's a chemical process or chemical imbalance or weird mechanism that goes on in your brain. So I want to say that it's kind of there from birth, just as you grow slowly and slowly. And if you watch somebody and how they behave, thank you for the middle. You watch somebody and how they behave, you kind of just see how they're going to be as a person. Which, you know, when you be watching your Lifetime movies, Persuasion, you've seen how like this one kid kind of like killed the family pet and the parents just kind of like brushed it off. They thought like, you know, they just said, oh, maybe the pet just ran away and died. And then when they went in the garage, they saw the pet with a broken neck, but, you know, they didn't confront their child about it. And then like a couple years later, this kid's a teenager and he goes around killing people. And then they wonder why. Well, your kid showed signs of like something being mentally wrong with him, not being able to like function how other people function. I'm not going to say normal people because there's no true definition for normal, but he didn't function how other people function. So therefore, you should have automatically went to try to seek help for him. At least try, you know, before you want to try to put him in some type of mental hospital or whatever. But yeah, video games are not the cause. People just want to, you know, place blame somewhere. They just want to, you know, place blame somewhere. They want to have a scapegoat, as they like to call it, a scapegoat. And I just don't think that's the case. A person will be who they are, no matter what. They just will.
Are you done, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. I want to go ahead and say something because you took like a whole lot of time wasting. But but what I want to say is, I know one point where you're talking about video games and the ages. Okay, I may have said that from 8 to 10 or whatever, but I'm saying that when they say that when the kids are still like young, so they're in their nurturing stage and they manipulate what they see. Like if they see their dad loves football, they're probably going to more than likely, in order to please their father, they're going to go play football. So if they see this guy on TV or the video games portraying, oh, he's like this hero running around with guns and he's just shooting, he's an assassin. And they see that, they look at it as, oh my gosh, this is cool, because their parents never sat there, like I said before, and told them what the video game stays a video game and what happens in real life is real life. So you can't take what you see on a video game and put it into real life. So like I said, that's why I put the age groups was so long. But I know there's people that are not even 10 to 8 years old in elementary school age that are still committing these violent acts. And like I said, it could be something that's like wrong with them in general. And then their parents don't want to deal with them. So they say the easiest way for me not to deal with them is just to put them in a room, give them some video games that they like, because they're like, Mom, I want the new Call of Duty, because they hear other people talking about Call of Duty. So they want to sit there and they want to play Call of Duty. And they want to play Bang Bang. Just like in the news not too long ago, these kids are playing Russian roulette because they heard about some other people playing Russian roulette. And they sit there and they put a little one bullet in the thing and they spin it. Whoever puts it to his head and just shoots. And then they don't realize that once you do that, okay, maybe that person got lucky. The next 2-3 people got lucky, but that one person didn't get as lucky as they did. And then they end up dying. And then they're like, oh my gosh, I wish I never done that. No, it's too late. You guys decided to go ahead and play Russian roulette, trying to be a boss because you see it on the video game and try to manipulate it, and then your friend ends up dying. And then what? You're going to spend the rest of your life in jail, waiting until you're like your trial error to get sentenced to death, or they might sentence you to life in prison. So I'm just like, when people sit there and actually sit there and just do the violent acts that they see portrayed on a video game or on TV, it's just crazy, because it's just, I basically say it's the way that society is and the way that society handles certain things. Because if they were more, if parents would take the time to actually parent their kids instead of just, oh, this technology has become so vast and they just want to go ahead and, what is that, Ebony?
Can you pause it?
Huh?
Can you pause your thing?
No.
Hold on. Yes, Mom, can I help you?
Okay, so what am I saying is...
What? Okay.
Another thing is, too, like I was saying, or what you were saying is that, I forgot what you said. Oh, yeah, about the mental capabilities that you can't tell if somebody is normal or not, or whatever, but all I'm saying is that I'm not saying to blame the video games developers. I'm not saying the video games is the reason why certain people do what they do. I'm just saying that it's the people who actually take the time out to make those actions and to actually pull the trigger or to actually stab somebody, to actually commit these violent crimes is the blame. And I don't think something that's happening in a virtual world or some fantasy type game is the blame for anybody who causes violence or inflicts violence on other people. That's why I strongly believe in the age of the video games need to be 17 or older, just like how people want to believe the age of drinking should be 21 or older. And I agree with that, because most people aren't old enough to see these games, and when the parents that buy the games for these little kids think that their kids are so mature, but really they're not. I mean, that's how I just feel about it. It's a maturity level when you buy these violent games.
So again, what I'm gonna say is, after hearing what you just said, you're still blaming video games.
Oh my gosh.
Are not the cause. You just said there should be an age restriction limit on violent video games because you don't think some children are able to grasp what they're seeing or what they're playing. So you said 17 and older. Like, 16-year-olds don't understand. 15-year-olds don't understand. 14-year-olds don't understand. Dude, they're in high school. Are you serious? I, for one, have played video games for I don't know how long. I have yet to go out and try to shoot somebody. Like, I'm not sitting there trying to imitate a video game because I know what's going to happen. So they said these kids that are playing video games, they know what's going to happen. Quit trying to think like their mental, capacity is like so small, like a bean. They're not stupid. They know what they're doing. So I don't think this 17-year-old age group limit for cussing and all this, kids hear cuss words. What is there an age limit on there for? Your parents can say whether or not they can purchase those video games. Yeah, the parents have a right. How else are the kids going to get money to pay for them? Okay, you got minors that can go and get a job. If they're able to work, they're able to buy a video game which have violence in it. I don't see nothing wrong with that. The age restriction is just stupid. Just like drinking. Okay, the drinking one, yeah, I can see that one because supposedly you're still developing as a child. And usually when you get around that 21 age limit, your body has kind of fully gotten through the developing stage. That's why they tell you not to drink while you're young. But the whole video game situation, I'm just like, come on, people. Come on.
Well, I'm in the same predicament as you because we've been playing games, violent games, since we were kids. But like you said, like I don't want to go out there and just straight up shoot people because I know the consequences of pulling the trigger and killing somebody. It all depends on that person and the way that they see things, and they know what punishment is. So if they can set the video game and say, okay, video game is just a video game, real life is just real life, and don't want to sit there and when someone pisses them off, want to inflict violence on them. I think that's where it comes from too, like anger. Like if their parents see them as angry, they should probably seek help for them. And like I said, like you said before, that you've been around violent video games, you don't want to go out and shoot people. I don't want to do the same thing, but like I said, it just all depends on the person. Not everybody has the brightness or the smartness to differentiate from what's real and what's not real.
Yeah, and then that's where the parents come into play on what games they let their kids play. I mean, I just want to say that it all depends on the parent. And like I said, well, in the beginning, I said if a kid is meant to do what they're going to do, it's kind of like already in their genetic makeup. And, so it also helps when a parent's there to help guide the child along because, both my parents have been here in my life to help me, nurture me, bring me up throughout the world. But I've yet to have a violent thought where I just want to, pick up a gun and shoot somebody. But if somebody does want to pick up a gun and shoot somebody, like you said, it stems from anger or some type of hurt, something that's happened to them. So, I mean, yeah, you're going to have to look deeper into the reason why this person committed the act that they committed. But video games are not the cause.
I'm not saying people are the cause.
Straight up, people are the cause. You can't blame video games.
It's like how people say guns kill people, people kill people.
Guns don't kill people, you mean?
Guns don't kill people, people kill people. I know, whatever. I had it mixed up, but I'm just saying, like, when they say that, I mean, a gun can't just automatically pull the trigger on its own. That person decides whether or not they want to pull the trigger and kill somebody. So, I mean, basically, it's stupid. They want to just blame video games on violence and the children who commit violence. But anyways, guys, we've been going on for about almost 20 minutes now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this lyrical debate number 1. And like I said, this series will be coming every other week, not every week, because we want to take time out to think about different topics for you guys to enjoy. And also, like I said before, if this series becomes a hit or whatever, and we get a lot of feedback from it, we may make another channel and do a live commentary or a live streaming as well, and we'll be on the Google Hangouts, and we can invite some of you guys in if you want to partake in the debate discussion. So if you enjoyed this commentary, like I said, in the comment section below, blow the comment section up. Let us know what you want us to debate about next, and if you enjoyed, you know what you got to do. LyriqalDesire, do you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that we're cutting this short because I still have more to say. To just explain, no, I seriously do. But, child violence happens. Adult violence happens. Violence happens. You just can't blame it on one thing. There's a deeper cause. There's a deeper problem to the situation that happens. So the whole thing, when people want to just blame a video game, it's stupid. Something happened to the child. Something happened to the adult somewhere in his life that made them commit the act that they committed. So, hey. It is what it is, It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But yeah, I enjoyed the debate. Can't wait until the week we do have our next debate.
Which is not going to be this Friday, but the Friday after next.
Yeah, I know. Which the date for that is what? The 19th. No, the 18th. My bad. I looked at Saturday. The 18th. So, yeah, you guys. See you on Saturday. Friday the 18th.
All right, guys. Like I said, if you enjoyed this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment in the comment section for the topics that you would like to be featured on next week. And if they're good enough and we pick it, we may decide to bring you guys in on a try commentary. So, later, everyone.
All right, bye-bye.